Hey guys, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about some Vanderpump Rules drama, which is only right, especially after the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The OG of Beverly Hills started Vanderpump Rules, and now one of the castmates, Lala Kent, is speaking out about her ex again. Thank you to Reality Blurb. Not only is she talking about the moment that Randall Emmett threatened to call the cops on her, but she's also sharing new details about his cheating, reacts to his $10 million lawsuit, plus she talks about being very triggered by him in the relationship. Okay. All right. Well, we have all these details and more. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Lala Kent opened up about her split from Randall Emmett this past Tuesday while appearing on Jeff Lewis's radio show. 7 months after the Vanderpump Rules star discovered photos of the film producer in Nashville with a couple of other women who, by the way, Katie was the one who let her know that this was all going on. She promptly moved out of their home. They had, apparently, they're alleging that he had a couple of homes, but their Bel Air home, let's just say that she moved out of the $6.29 million Bel Air home. Lala further detailed his alleged cheating while explaining why Randall threatened to call the cops on her post-split. It was 7 months after their daughter Ocean's birth. It was just him walking across the street with two girls, and my intuition was just like, you couldn't ignore it. I immediately was like sick to my stomach, and this is what Lala is saying to Jeff Lewis. Something's wrong. This person is not who you think he is, and my intuition was absolutely correct. According to Lala, one of the women seen in the Nashville photo was someone Randall had met at a Miami nightclub in March of last year. The same month she gave birth to their now 1-year-old daughter. He was attracted to her friend, but her friend was not into him, so he went to her. That's when they started the relationship. They traveled together. She was like his main girl, but there were many women. Okay. And she also told Jeff that she knows everything, but will never reveal her sources. Following the reveal of the Nashville photos, Lala began planning to leave her former fiance, unbeknownst to him. He went to Miami, I packed my stuff, and he found out the next day. I got a lot of text messages because, he was letting me, just know the simple fact that he was not going to let me leave the house with Ocean. As Lala explained, Randall didn't just, not trust her to leave their former shared home with Ocean, but it was after she learned of his Nashville rendezvous, and would actually threaten her if she didn't return home. He would threaten to call the police if I didn't return her, and he would give me, time periods that I could take her. I don't think, he knew I was leaving. I think he needed to regain control of me. I'm just, I'm shaking just thinking about that time period. It was horrific. Now, while Lala played the game for a while, she ultimately vacated the property on October 27th, which was 12 days after learning her then partner had reportedly been unfaithful. We moved out quick. I was worried that he was having me watch, which he did send people to watch. Luckily, they didn't watch me move out. I packed stuff probably in 4 hours. I took my clothes. I went to an Airbnb that I had rented. It was one that I could get quickly. And I also, thought that this was one that was nice enough that I would enjoy staying there, but not break the bank. I stayed there for a little less than a month. In addition to making headlines in recent months due to his alleged affairs, Randall also, has been faced with some drama of the legal kind. And we know this, we've talked about it. This is the lawsuit from his former landlord and a second case filed by a loan company. She said, I think it was 10.8 million. Yeah, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just, I was sent the headline. I don't really deep dive into what he's going through because it really has nothing to do with me. That said, Lala didn't seem too surprised by the lawsuit, saying that when her relationship with Randall ended, I had people call me to collect money. And I said, we weren't married. You got to collect somewhere else. Sorry. I mean, she's not wrong. They weren't married. And, this is Randall's problem. Just saying. Even though Lala was faced with Randall's supposed misdeeds, things between them weren't nearly as lovey-dovey as many assumed. I was always very triggered by his presence. We were great when he was out of town and we communicated through texting and phone calls, but the moment we were actually physically together, it was nonstop arguments, and I didn't understand why I was so triggered by him all of the time. Although Lala initially said, she thought that the problem was all of the cracks in their relationship, those cracks began to show after Ocean arrived. I couldn't ignore them anymore. So even though I want to say that I was happy, I have a bird's eye view now of where I can put all of the pieces together, and it makes a lot of sense. I feel like I was just comfortable. I had accepted this was my life. This is who I chose to be with. And my heart feels safe, and that's good enough for me. Even though for me, she said, I was always triggered by him. We did a great job portraying something different to the public than when, we went into our house. Lala went on to say that she never would have guessed that Randall would have betrayed her, but that's exactly what happened. I would have put Ocean's life on him never creeping on me. And how sad is that? All I wanted in a relationship was my person to not cheat on me. I just wanted someone who was loyal and faithful, and I thought I found that, but she didn't. And we know that. Now, Randall, and we've talked about this too, went on Genuinely Gigi's podcast from Shaws of Sunset. Well, Shaws of Sunset is no longer around, but you guys know what I mean. He went on Gigi's podcast, and when he did, he was saying Lala's not as innocent as she's portraying. He said, I'm not going to bash her. I don't need to do that. I don't need to rip her name through the headlines, because she is the mother of my daughter. But what I do want people to know is that she's not as innocent. Then, of course, we talked about this, and we still don't know. Maybe we'll find out on the 10th season of Vanderpump Rules, because they're about to start filming soon. We found out from Stassi Schroeder that there was something darker going on, more than cheating. I've asked you guys, we've gone through the comments, but at this point, it's all speculation. We don't actually know. And unless Lala decides to share that with us, let's be real. We're never going to know what happened, what that darker thing was. I wish she would tell us, because at this point, if he's going to put out there into the world like, oh, well, she's not as innocent as she seems, but I'm going to protect her because she's the mother of my daughter, then she should just let us know. Tell everybody you're on reality TV. This is your job. As unfortunate as it is, I saw on Twitter where some people are like, you should tell us, Lala, because you have a contract and you need to open up about your life. I see that. But then I also see where some things should be kept private in order to protect her little family and also her daughter, Ocean. I see both sides. So it's just interesting. I guess the nosy part of me wants to know what the darker side of Randall was that Stassi was alluding to. But we'll see. We'll see. Guys, I want to hear your unfiltered opinions. What are your thoughts about Randall trying to allegedly control Lala Kent and threatening to call the cops on her? About her having to pack up all of her belongings in 4 hours and get out of the house as fast as she could? About her knowing that the woman in Nashville was actually a woman that he met in a Miami nightclub. I mean, these are a lot of details, some of which we knew, some of which we didn't. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.